Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get.
All right, Clay. It's great to be sitting next to you again.
When I look at you, I look into a mirror, into my soul, and I'm pleased.
I am the mirror?
Yeah, to my soul.
Okay.
And I look at you, and I'm pleased.
I don't understand it, but I'll take it as a compliment.
I like myself.
Yeah, okay. Well, Clay, today we're talking about legal, okay? That's the umbrella. It's under the umbrella of legal advice here.
Illegal?
No, legal. Legal. And specifically, we're going to be talking about the LLC and why I should form one, okay?
Okay.
So you've written before, I'm going to quote you here. You wrote in one of your articles, if you're even slightly concerned about your risk and business exposure and your personal exposure to lawsuits or debts generated from your business, then you should form an LLC. Clay, please convince me of why I should form an LLC.
All I'm saying is forming an LLC might cost you maximum. If you have an attorney who just is awesome, if you're hiring the same attorneys that OJ used, I mean, he had some pretty incredible.
No doubt about
now,
it.
some of them are deceased, but if you were able to resurrect that person and have him form an LLC for you,
that's expensive.
it might be like $5,000.
Yeah.
But most times you can get an attorney right now in 2014 to form an LLC for you for about $500 to $1,000. And it is very well worth it because you will avoid some of the problems and some of the risks. And I say risks, the potential to lose every dollar that you've put into your business.
There's real risk.
Accident. Now I'm going to tell you this. As an entrepreneur, there's a 4-step process we do, right?
Okay.
We define what we want to do.
Right.
Then we take action.
Okay.
Then we measure the results. And then we refine.
Right.
Well, we wouldn't be refining if we weren't making mistakes. I mean, Henry Ford almost lost it all 5 times. Walt Disney lost it all twice. SpaceX, Elon Musk, in his infinite wisdom, shot 3 rockets that blew up and didn't get into orbit.
But what Thrive's here for is, the people have made this mistake. They've lost it all so that you don't have to. You will fail, and don't be afraid of failing. But this area, we're going to just go ahead and warn you. You've walked down the path before.
I'm going to give you a confession.
This is worth the money.
I'm going to give you a confessional here. This is one of these. I do these. I get ashamed, so I like to talk into the microphone.
Yeah, little confessional. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
It was about 2003, and I was doing a wedding reception. I had a couple that was paying me to DJ their wedding reception. And what happened was one of our DJs did not show up for the wedding.
How does that relate to what we're talking about?
They sued me.
Oh.
And they sued me for everything I had in my bank account. Wow. They sent me a bill. I was like, due to ruining her wedding, we're supposed to play the sound for the ceremony and reception. One of our DJs did not show up. He claimed to be at a movie theater. I found out he just chose not to be there.
Wow.
This was a friend of mine. And I got a lawsuit in the mail, a letter in the mail saying they wanted to sue me for $20,000 due to that's what the wedding cost.
Yeah.
People left early. There was no music for the bride to walk down the aisle.
Wow.
There was no microphone for the toasts. I felt horrible.
Yeah.
Talked to their attorney. I negotiated. I think I settled for about $7,000. And at the time, I had about $3,000 in my account, and that had taken me like 2 years to save up.
Gosh, man. I'm telling you guys.
Should have had an LLC.
Everybody fails. But like I said, Clay's lived this. He's sharing the knowledge so you don't have to fall in those same holes he has.
To go ahead and taunt myself in the past tense, which is actually a form of psychological
motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Should have had an LLC.
Yeah.
You know, something like I should have done it. I should have. You should do it. If you're watching this and you don't have a corporation, what are you doing?
So what kind of companies are good for this? Like what kind of companies does this LLC fit well?
Let me give you an example. I jotted a couple down because I wanted to be able to really speak to clarity on this. If you have a bakery and you deal with a lot of customers, people coming in and going, "Oh, this is a good cupcake. This is good." Die. Well, then Did they die because of the cupcake? Did they die because you put some syrup of Epicac in there? You made people vomit? I don't know what you did.
Always keep those out of the cupcake. If there's one thing you learn here.
Well,
Don't put that in there.
I mean, real quick though, have you guys seen the video online? There's a pizza place. Have you seen the video online about the pizza
I don't
guy?
think I have.
I'm not going to mention the company's name because I feel bad for them.
Okay.
There was one of their employees who filmed himself on YouTube working a shift, spitting on every pizza. Put on YouTube. It still lives up there. You can probably look up. Just looking like spitting on pizzas. Big corporation.
Yeah.
The company got sued for millions
Wow.
of dollars, and he had a whole shift of people that were spitting in pizzas.
My God.
And they filmed it, put it on YouTube, sent it up there.
Wow.
And they just thought it was funny. Well, the company got sued. Well, what if it was the person who got sued?
Right.
I'm telling you, and I want you to write this down. If you're watching this, type this in your notes. If you are in business long enough, you will get sued. And it'll
gonna
always be 2 times more than you can afford.
Clay, you've not been sued just once, right?
A lot of times.
A lot of times. You just got to deal with it. Dr. Z was laughing with you just the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dr. Zellner, one of our venture capitalists and Thrive, very successful entrepreneur. He started off poor, has done very well.
Yes.
He's talking about how he's always being sued.
Yeah.
And we were just joking about how we're always being sued. My favorite story recently, does this just happen? This is a fresh one.
Yeah.
This guy, hey man, where do you want us to put in the pipe? One of our businesses, we're installing new plumbing.
Yeah.
Where do you want us to put in the pipe? I remember him just being all concerned looking, and I'm like, over there, put the pipe in over here. He's like, okay. And I hear this, zzz, zzz, and he's cutting stone, zzz, and then I hear this squish. No, I didn't actually, here's the thing, I wasn't there, I didn't hear it, I just imagine what it sounds like. But it's zzz, and then it's like, oh, that was my foot. Dude saws off his, toes. Now the thing was, hey, I'm being real. No, it was a precision cut, so he has like a triangular foot now.
Wasn't emotionally prepared for this, man.
No, and he has a triangular foot now.
He's awful.
No, it's
Get
like
up and laughing.
It's like this
at
shoe.
The triangle-footed man.
It's like this shoe.
Everybody stop laughing. This is why you got to get the LLC. This is not funny. It looks like we're laughing. We're not. It looks like we're laughing right now. That's tears of sadness, okay? Get an LLC to protect you. You're telling me he sued you.
Yeah, well, here's the deal.
Did you tell him to cut off his foot? No. Why would he sue you? Come on, man. Tell us, why do we need the LLC? Okay. You need protection.
It's so hard to get together. It's so sad. I was so emotional about this for so long. I just now can laugh. I'm just like, I'm letting it go. Just the therapy.
It is. It's therapy. Therapeutic. Here we go.
It's like, okay, here's the deal. What happened is I hired a company. I hired a general contractor. The general contractor lied to me and gave me a false certificate of workman's comp. Then he hired a plumbing company who gave him a false certificate of workman's comp. So the two guys lied to each other. So then the guy who cuts his foot off sues his company, and his boss is like, we've never had a certificate of workman's comp. I just BS that. Oh. So then he's like, well, I'm going to get my money back from somebody. So he then sues his, he sues the person up. You can sue one level up.
Okay.
So he can't sue his own company, so he now sues the general contractor who hired him. That guy doesn't have it either.
Gosh.
So they sue me. Now the bad deal, it's not funny, it's sad, but it's real. He cut off his big toe and other toes, and when you cut off your big toe, you no longer have balance. That's your main balance area. So he doesn't have any balance. He can't work it again. He can't work again. He's done as far as that career. And he didn't have any other big skills.
Yeah.
So I fought that forever. And then a person that I trusted, under oath, said, I never hired that plumber. The general contractor's like, I never hired him. Clay hired him directly.
Whoa.
Under oath. I've known the guy for 10 years.
Wow.
And I was like, really? So I went in. People get funny with money sometimes.
Yeah.
So I went into court, did my deposition. I ended up winning.
Yeah.
But I had my LLC.
Yeah.
Had my insurance. By the way, have insurance. This is a kind of a 1-2 combo.
Yeah.
Have an LLC, have insurance. Have an LLC, have what? Insurance. How much insurance do you want to have? Enough insurance to cover what you cannot afford. What you cannot afford. So I really didn't care. Honestly, I got really worried about it for a while. I started feeling bad, and I looked at my insurance policy, and I'm like, if this guy cuts off his whole face, I'm not going to be worried about it because you just it's like an upward motion. But the thing is,
no, but I mean, this is real. I mean, these are the kind of real situations that we're going to talk about here on Thrive. They're ridiculous, but this is what you'll face.
They don't talk about it anywhere. They don't talk about this at law school.
No.
They don't talk about this. This is why we're talking about it.
The world is unpredictable, and you have to be prepared for whatever it will throw at you. That's why you've got to get this LLC to form that protection.
If you're also someone who wants to just sleep better, you're like, man, I'm so tired of worrying. If you don't want to worry, form an LLC.
Okay, so what are some action steps for us as we're forming our LLC?
You're gonna keep hearing me saying this, but the person with the most options always wins.
Okay, you've got a rule of threes, right?
Call 3 attorneys. Just Google 3. Ask a friend if they know 3 recommendations. Just call 3. Call 3 and say, hey, I'm just wanting to protect myself, form an LLC, and to have enough insurance so that if I get sued, when I get sued, I don't freak out. Because
Right.
you want to spend all your time focused on growth.
Right.
You don't want to spend your time worrying. So that's what you want to do, okay?
And just so you guys know, he applies this rule of threes to everything. I mean,
Hires.
we're getting a trade show booth, and he's like, Caleb, first he's like, who wants to do the trade show booth? I was like, I don't want to do the trade show booth. Said, good, Caleb, you're doing the trade show booth.
Good job.
And he says, go and you talk to at least 3 companies, give me 3 different options, we'll go from there. Because every time, at least one of them is going to fall through, and the other one's going to lie to you, and then you're left with one good option.
And you only live one time, so you don't want to lose time. So the action steps that we can do is you call 3 attorneys.
3 attorneys.
Second is you want to marinate with them, which is my word for basically spend time with them.
Right.
And I would say about 15 minutes with them. And this is what you're going to ask them. Okay, he's asking me 3 questions. 1, how long have you been practicing law?
How long have you been practicing law?
Like, well, I've been doing it for a long time. How long specifically?
Right.
You can look it up, public record. Okay.
Right.
Second, I want 5 references.
5 references they've worked for.
Names, phone numbers, cell phones. I want to call these people. Well, I don't really give out my client information. Give me 5. I don't want to really 5. I don't want 5. I don't want you 5.
And if you don't get those, just thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point 3. What do you charge to form an LLC? All in when it's all said and done. Well, it's about $250 an hour, and then it'd be a processing fee. Don't give me that BS. The Thrive Crazy guy said to get a bottom line total.
This is the Thrive Crazy guy.
Get the total.
Yeah.
Get the final total. You have to get the final total.
Okay.
If you don't get the final total, you're in a bad spot because attorneys will continue charging you. One guy recently I know, he met with an attorney, and the attorney's like, "Oh, I'll help you. No big deal. Call me anytime."
Yeah.
Swear to you, he gets a bill for like $3,000, and they were charging him with $250 per call.
Gosh.
Beautiful, it's true.
That's true.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Okay.
So you've got to get that defined actual
That happens all the time. by the
final
way.
number.
Yep.
I believe it. All right, so we're calling 3 attorneys. We're sitting down. We're getting the references. We're asking how long they've worked there. What do we do next?
Well, what you're going to do is after you've met with them, you're going to make a decision based
Okay.
upon the information you gather. Then what you're going to do is you're going to meet with the attorney, and you're going to meet with them for basically 2 fundamental reasons here, okay?
Okay.
1, it's your foundation.
Right.
You have to lay the foundation. These are like the bricks upon which the rock upon which you're building your business. You don't want to be building your business upon a shifty, sandy, soil, murky. There's that movie. What's some of the quicksand from the Indiana Jones?
Oh, yeah. That's a
There's
bad
always
place
trying
to build a
fight the
business.
quicksand. He's just can't stop sinking. Should have formed the LLC.
That's bad.
Quicksand is bad. This is the foundation.
Right. So it's worth your time, your energy, your money.
When you get sued by likes to cut his toe off guy, you don't want to step into quicksand. You want to step onto solid ground in
Right.
your time of need.
Right.
Now the second thing is you need to really connect with this attorney because the laws vary from state to state.
Right.
As an example, just of some stupid laws that exist. Businesses in banking, trusts, insurance industries, for example, they typically can't form an LLC.
Really?
Why? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. Talk to those people. Other example, this great state of California.
I know it.
They prohibit the professionals such as like architects, accountants, doctors, healthcare workers from forming LLCs. Why? I couldn't tell you. Some people say
California's a weird
some
place.
people say it's
I'm from
because
there.
in some of those states they want doctors to be personally liable if they mess up.
Yeah.
Some people say it's just weird laws. I don't know. The point is just talk to an attorney.
They'll
it's
know
worth
all
it.
those details.
But ask them how much they're going to charge you total before you meet.
Good. I love it. I think you've convinced us. I mean, just the fact that we get to learn from you, somebody who's walked down this path before. This is not theory, like I've said. Clay has not studied theory and is now, recommunicating different thoughts that he thinks are nice. He's lived this, and he knows that it's worth protecting yourself with an LLC.
Final little bonus nugget I want to give you. When you talk to an attorney and he's like, are you a startup? That for him means you're probably not going to pay up. A startup means you probably won't pay up. So what you say is, hey, here's the deal. I'm looking to find an attorney that I'm going to stick with for the long term, and I'll pay you within 24 hours of the time you finish the document. But here's the thing, I'm looking for a good relationship long term. So I'd like you to cut me a deal on this first deal, on this LLC, because if we work together, I want to use you for everything.
You say that right up front.
I do, I always tell them.
Good.
Cool.
Well, these are the practical tips that you can apply immediately to build your business and start that LLC.
Yeah, and I'm just going to do this right here.
JT, do you know what time it is?
4:10.
It's Tebow time in Tulsa, Jerusalem, baby. Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. What year were you born?
1995.
Dude, I've been hosting business conferences since you were 10 years old, but I've never had the two-time Heisman Award-winning Tim Tebow come present. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Also, this is the first Thrive Time Show event that we've had where we're going to have a man who has built $100 million net worth.
Wow.
Who'll be presenting. Now, we've had a couple presenters that have had $1 billion net worth in some like real estate sort of things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had a guy who's built a service business, and he's built over $100 million net worth in the service business. It's the yacht driving, multi-state living guru of franchising. Peter Taunton will be in the house. This is the founder of Snap Fitness, the guy behind 9 Round Boxing. He's going to be here in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. JT, why should everybody want to hear what Peter Taunton has to say?
Oh, because he's incredible. He's just a fountain of knowledge. He is awesome. He has inspired me listening to him talk. And not only that, he also has, he practices what he teaches. So he's a real teacher. He's not a fake teacher like business school teachers. So you got to come learn from him.
Also, let me tell you this, folks. I don't want to get this wrong because if I get it wrong, someone's going to say, you screwed that up, buddy. So Michael Levine, this is Michael Levine. He's going to be coming. You say, who's Michael Levine? I don't want to get this wrong. This is the PR consultant of choice for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, for Charlton Heston, for Nancy Kerrigan, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times best-selling authors he's represented, including pretty much everybody you know who's been a super celebrity. This is Michael Levine, a good friend of mine. He's going to come and talk to you about personal branding and the mindset needed to be super successful. The lineup will continue to grow. We have hit Christian recording artist Colton Dixon in the house. Now, people say, Colton Dixon's in the house? Yes, Colton Dixon's in the house. So if you like top 40 Christian music, Colton Dixon's going to be in the house performing. The lineup will continue to grow each and every day. We're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup. But I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company. Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, when's it going to be? June 27th and 28th. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. And so it says Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrive Time Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. So when? June 27th and 28th. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
James, did I tell you my good friend John Lee Dumas is also joining us at the in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show Business Workshop? That Tim Tebow and that Michael Levine will be at. Have I told you this?
You have not told me that.
Oh, he's coming all the way from Puerto Rico. This is John Lee Dumas, the host of the chart-topping EOFire.com podcast. He's absolutely a living legend. This guy started a podcast after wrapping up his service in the United States military, and he started recording this podcast daily in his home, to the point where he started interviewing big-time folks like Gary Vaynerchuk, like Tony Robbins, and he just kept interviewing bigger and bigger names, putting out shows day after day. And now he is the legendary host of the EO Fire podcast, and he's traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the in-person June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop. If you're out there today, folks, you've ever wanted to grow a podcast, a broadcast, you want to improve your marketing, if you've ever wanted to improve your marketing, your branding, if you've ever wanted to increase your sales, you want to come to the 2-day interactive June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show Business Workshop featuring Tim Tebow, Michael Levine, John Lee Dumas, and countless big-time super successful entrepreneurs. It's going to be life-changing. Get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. James, what website is that?
thrivetimeshow.com.
James, one more time before enthusiasm.
thrivetimeshow.com.
Shine, everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done this show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hours. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
First of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV. And he said, have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? And I said, no. And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed to the business owner to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, I read your book, changed my life, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
I learned at the academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business, and I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I am not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years in business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of the business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Now, some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence, that businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things. There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you.
I can see the marketing working, and it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun. It's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So you better, if you don't, somebody else will.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? Nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing. I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college.
The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow a business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business, as well as recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on, how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business, how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Clay really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.